Now that we have created a legend, it's time to start adding a series of lines and then families and text so that it actually looks like a legend. So the first step to make this appear more like a legend would be adding detail lines to give us, say, a boundary to now begin placing things inside. So to do that, we are first going to jump back to our Annotate tab and then look for the button that says Detail Line. We should be very familiar with this tool as we used it quite a lot last week in the series of elevations and casework, and now we'll use it this week too. Just think of your detail lines as really just creating lines as if we would in AutoCAD. It's just allowing us to add a little bit more detail to something that Revit is lacking. All right, so I have selected my detail line and I am really just going to create a perimeter, a rectangle for all of my text and information to live in. I am following some dimensions that are in your book, so feel free to follow those or just follow along with this video. So I am just clicking. I'm using thin lines. I can adjust those later if I want them thicker, but in terms of line weight, the thin line will work just fine. So I want my legend to be 15 feet wide. And then if I move it down, I'm just going to do 17 feet 6. I'm also following what is in the book. And then I am just going to finish up the rectangle like so. And now to give me a heading for my text to live in, I'm going to just draw a line across and then my text can live inside of that. So I'm just moving my cursor until I see 1 feet 6. And I'm just clicking, dragging, and completing that rectangle. Now, this can be modified if we begin running out of room with the amount of lighting or ceiling material that you would have in your project. So if you want to move anything or adjust the width or height of it, it's just like if we were to do so in our model with, say, a wall or a different type of component. You would just click on the object or line in this instance that you would want to move or manipulate, and then you can drag it down or you can input a very specific nominal amount. And that does the same thing running in the width. You might not need as much width once we start adding more in, but those would be the two necessary ways of modifying these lines if you need more space or less space. So just keep it at the 15 and 17.6 and keep watching the next video to know how to start filling this in.